Shut it down early or just do something else. Maybe try to abuse the map. We saw, I think it was RO.16 on this map that went against INnoVation's mech. He tried to do drops.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. No, not going to happen.
Didn't really work out.
I think he needs to go for some sort of early roach timing. You know, mutas into roaches or roaches into mutas. Mix it up. Try and create havoc. Try and do economic damage early enough. The map isn't as favored to defend 4 bases on.
That's a big thing. Like it's very spread out, and there's a lot of different angles you can come from. INnoVation did a very good job of following the army last time. Let's see what he's going to do. Will he go for that Mike style or go back into bio? And will Life try to shut it down early? It comes down to this. Game number 3 on Terraform.
Push it.
Down here in the bottom right, in the red from KT Rolster, our Zerg player, it is Life.
Failing to have an answer against the mech. Lost game. Could happen again. This player in the top left, it is INnoVation. The mech.
The mech.
All I got, Valdez.
I like it. It makes sense. Works out.
The mech warrior.
That's better.
Thank you.
There you go.
There we go. Figured it out. Well, this is going to be a CC first once again. There's a message on his phone.
It says we're going all the way to the 14th set. Casters fighting. Thank you.
Indeedly so. Okay, CC first versus Hatch first is the name of the game, Valdez. Top of the ramp as well. INnoVation playing things a little bit safer this time around.
Yeah. It's funny he didn't play this safe on Echo. But I guess just wants to be a bit safer here.
So what will Life go for? Will Life try for something a little bit more aggressive this time? Maybe doesn't want to take it to the late game against INnoVation. If it is going to be mech, that's like a scary thought, I think, at this point. It's like, well, I don't ever want to deal with that again. That was kind of messed up.
I think the only game that really comes to mind where we saw mech on this map against the Zerg was against Sue, where Sue actually had, you know, he made pretty quick work of it, actually. He put creep literally on every small portion of land that was not part of the Terran base. And then the second the Terran moved out, he just crushed the army with a fantastic engagement.
Yeah, it really comes down to, you know, going for multiple bases, trying to get that economic lead in a huge bank to mean you can crash into the army again and again and afford remaxes. But Life so far hasn't been inclined to go for an earlier third base, just sticking on 2 base meter openings, which isn't definitely not the most favored sort of style against a mech Terran.
He's going to make 6 lanes total. And he'll stop there. But, you know, any number more than 4 at this point in the game can sometimes, you know, ring the alarm bells. He's only going to show 2.
Maybe afraid of a Reaper opening here, so he decided to send 2 as a scout, 4 at home. Not going to be that at all. It's going to be that CC first with the bunker at the front.
Same play. It's 2 Marines. And still no response. Just going to drone up here. Not going to do anything specific just yet. He's got a bunch of gas banked up.
Yeah, he could. Might just see that lair again. He's just going to invest fully into drones. Lair a little bit later when he's ran out of larvae to morph. And go for that 2 base meter style again, and I think that just might be it. 1. Where's that second?
Count the gases with me, Moonglade.
All right, one. That's it, Valdez. That's all we got, mate. Gonna stay on 1. +1.
Yeah. Interesting. Gonna wait for now, and a road soaring coming down.
Aha. Well, it's gonna be in the main, so it could possibly be scouted from INnoVation. And if not that, then the Banshee sure gonna have an easy time figuring it out and defending against it. Maybe Life can go for something here. Go for an early road speed. Go for an early timing behind this. Look at this, a Marauder being made as well, very early on. So he is paranoid about something like this happening.
Yeah. I mean, INnoVation's a smart player. And we really give him credit for his mechanical skill, but he is like a very smart player to get to this level. He knows what could kill him, and he knows what to be careful for. You see that road speed coming down?
Oh, looking for that run by. He might find it too. Oh, he certainly will. He's going to get a good scout off here. He's going to see the roaches at least. Great move from INnoVation just to get the scout off.
Yeah. It's not nearly going to do as much damage as he did in other games, but as you said, it's all about that scout. Looks like he got one drone.
Yep.
That's about it. Gonna go back into mech. Here we go again.
Yep, mech again. Might as well after such a dominant last game, and he's already got the choice of unit. It's going to be tanks to start things off. No Thor required.
Just because of that scout.
Just
he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Costly investment from INnoVation. It gives up map control, gives up 400 minerals worth of units. Instead, though, tank is the choice, and that should be more than enough to shut this down.
We are going to see that first tank behind this pretty nice wall. Even adding the barracks is just an extra building to get in the way. Life sees the tank, and he has to move back.
Not really finding anything, but I mean, it is the right choice. You know, he made the right choices early on. He does see that tank, so he knows it's going to be mech again. Goes into that spire. Scan goes down, doesn't see anything extra.
I swear Life was making +1 to armor, but then he canceled it and started +1 attack.
Probably a better choice in the end. Armor's not going to do too much. Yeah. It means your Lings will take 2 hits from a tank if it's unupgraded, but the tanks are going to be upgraded very quickly.
That scout just he knows for sure. This is mech coming down, sees all the factories. How will Life deal with it this time? That's the question.
Yeah.
Somehow that Viking able to get a kill on an Overlord over the third base.
Well, look at this. We are seeing that Hydra Dan as well as Infestation pick go down. So he's going to maybe go for that Viper timing. Get it nice and quick while he drones up that third base. 7 mutas on the way, though, to try and tie things up at least a little while here.
Okay, and only 1 or 2 Thors out at this point. Just be able to go into the main and then force those clunky mech units to go back and defend while he gets that hive out.
Mutas will probably not find too much at this point. It's a pretty easy assumption that it's coming from INnoVation, but at the same time, INnoVation has not made any turrets. We'll catch him out at least a little bit. Those Thors are not in position.
Oh, look at this. Hellions are coming by once again. All 4 survive.
Oh, no. This could do so much damage. It's going to be like a pretty even trade-off to what these mutas are capable of.
Yeah, the mutas coming in at the same time. As you see, he has to run the SCVs all the way out of there. But only now are the Hellions being cleaned up. So 9 to 12 at this point. The mutas taking some big hits, though.
Yeah, mutas are going to take a lot of damage, maybe even get wiped out to an extent. We're going to have about 5 left over, which is still a decent number for harassment, but don't think it's going to happen again. See a lot of Lings and a lot of Hydras on the way, as well as Hive finishing up. I think there's going to be some Vipers popping out in just a moment's time. There we go.
Just 2 for now. So looking at 4, he's going to make some roaches to follow this up. And he's just going to look to crush INnoVation here. Hopefully he'll be too spread out with this mech. Maybe come in from one angle. Oh, look at this, some tanks. If he can get some tanks before this attack, that would be huge.
If he can shave some up, yeah, that's absolutely insane. Getting one. It's going to help out just a little bit more.
No, anything helps. Another run by here. This is for Hellions again.
Oh, he cannot be taking this kind of damage.
Oh, and they're all bunching up there. 6 of them going to go down. Of course, a big pull as well.
Everything's getting slowed down for Life at this point. He does have a bit of a supply lead. You know, he is building up a lot of units for this attack. He wants to crush it with Blinding Clouds and Abducts. And you know what? There isn't that many tanks out so far, only 6.
And I don't think it's as high a Viking number as it was last time. If you can get like a decent position there, get the Blinding Clouds down. We do see a pretty nice spread there from INnoVation on his tanks.
I do like where these Vikings are sitting too. You know, they're kind of patrolling around, and there's a sensor tower to make things even easier to defend.
Here we go. Life wants to go for this push. He does have a crazy number of units at the same time. The Blinding Clouds, of course, will be important. Looks like he wants to draw some of the units back before he goes for the attack. He's sitting right outside the sensor tower range. Everything is on CJ.
Oh, no. Everything's clumped up as well. If he gets these Blinding Clouds, it's going to be absolutely insane, and he gets them.
He gets them on almost every single tank, and now he's going to push forward. So many roaches in this composition tanking for all the Hydras in the back. The SUVs are pulled at the same time.
Oh, he's going to start focusing down these tanks. They are becoming unblinded, and I don't think there's enough units left over.
Oh, boy. He just couldn't get on top of the tanks. He wasn't able to take a high enough number of them down. He does kill 21 SCVs, but he's lost a lot in this attack.
Yeah, he certainly has. Could salvage the rest of his army. You know, remax, go for it again. It might be his best bet. Still maintains a pretty decent supply lead, and he's pumping out a lot of units.
Scratching his head, sweating. He doesn't seem like he's happy with that one.
No, I was really trying for a killing blow there. Those SCVs came down the ramp at the perfect time to soak up the hits until those tanks became unblinded.
CC now going to be forced to lift. Maybe pretty big. He doesn't want to lose those takings. Another run by here. What is he going to have this time? Same defense as before. One Spine Crawler, one Queen.
Yep. Yeah, he's still going to take some pretty serious drone damage here unless he splits.
Oh, they're all bunted up there at the end, but just not enough DPS. We'll get another 5.
Well, now they're pretty much on equal economy, which is horrible for Life right now. He really wanted to go for a crippling blow there, and now INnoVation is confident enough to move out, as well as take this 4th base, which will be a planetary, which will be so hard to deal with. Because if Life commits to a fight down there, he's really putting his army in a very vulnerable place with no real escape.
We'll see if Life can play this a bit better than Rogue and maybe come from many different angles. Take advantage of the fact that this isn't like Echo. You really do have to split up your army. Like, the 4th base is very far away from the natural. He's going to go into Ultras again.
Yeah.
Well, he made the Ultra this den last or Cavern in the last game, but he just never used it.
Yeah, probably a better choice than Broodlords. Broodlords are like a good surprise unit, especially if like, your mech player isn't investing in Vikings. But INnoVation has been so smart the way he makes his mech army. He gets so many Vikings early on that it's going to be effective against every style. You know, it's going to stop Vipers, it's going to stop Broodlord switches. Look at this, Life getting in position to try and stop this. Tanks are there, though.
All the tanks are coming over, getting into position. Here's the siege up. The boom. Take a bunch of damage, but Life's not going to overcommit.
There's no way in. It might be his best bet is to go for the natural. Nothing's really there. No tanks are set up. Just a little bit of a Sim City.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Maybe threaten at the 4th base and go for a natural push. Get on the production. Well, we saw this last time from INnoVation. He's so good at always being a bit mobile with his mech army, if you will. Like, he's always responding to where the Zerg army is and just getting in position to at least siege up. This time they've got Blue Flame, and they're coming in from 2 directions.
This could do a lot. Live not paying attention. Fungal goes down at a good time there. But still, nothing there to stop them. Still now.
Oh. This is the fungal. Oh, 5 more. 15 drones.
Yep, got to repopulate that base. He doesn't really have much of a bank as well this time. He is maxed out, so anything he makes now is banked up.
Life's taking the forbidden base.
The forbidden base.
That's essentially what it is.
I like it, Valdez. It's true. Might as well at this point. The creep spread is pretty abysmal as well for Life right now.
No, this doesn't look like the Sioux game.
Or
he's got it down that one lane. Second from the top.
Roach is trying to make their way in. Not going to happen there. That SimCity is tight. Very messy.
That's been one thing that INnoVation has been on top of this entire game.
He's in no hurry at all. No, he is in no hurry to end this game. He's happy to just sit up there, sit on bank, make the perfect army, throw down a fusion core and 4 more star forge while he finishes upgrading everything to max. Such a hard army to deal with in the late game.
Life trying to kill a missile turret. He's going to eat it just for the missile turret. Trading out some of his roaches, I suppose.
5, 6 more infestors. Queen's on the way as well. Really wants enough transfuses to keep these ultras alive, at least for some time. Not going to be too useful against battle cruisers when they come out there. Look at this, going for the next base. It's going to be the gold, and a ton of turrets going down for this.
It's the name of the game.
This is a ruthless style, man. Truly pure evil.
Gonna sacrifice some more roaches here. Trying to take it down another turret. That he will. It will all get cleaned up once again. Just trading out supply. Gonna make it a bunch of lings.
Well, lings are always good at tying up the tanks for at least a small amount of time. Ugh, so many turrets. You know, even if there's no air units for Life, like the turrets are just gonna create such a horrible SimCity for ultras to try and get through.
Yeah, you're essentially bunching up all the Zerg units. If they're not gonna kill the turrets, they're just all gonna get bunched up trying to come through, and then the tanks just rain hell on them. It's like a tower defense game, basically.
That's what it is. He's just waiting for the next Zerg wave to come. And try for the highest score. Gonna try to trigger some tank shots on turrets with infested Terrans.
That's cool. It's one way to slowly push your way in. He's going to fly straight towards some Vikings, but he has to be so careful about that.
Yeah, they're covering both angles. Life's probably just sitting here scratching his head. It's like, well, I guess I try.
Here we go. The Ultra's pushing through.
And he's like, well, that is about... that's 18 tanks waiting for my ultras. I guess I can't go that way.
He looks so frustrated.
This is ridiculous. Okay, I changed my view upon this map. This is a fantastic mech map. Every Terran should mech on this map. It is so hard to fight any base.
INnoVation figured it out first. We are going to get a much earlier neural. See if that helps him out.
Well, I mean, investors will just not get close enough to value a neural anything, to be honest. Tanks are always going to blow them up. Since the neural nerf back in Wings of Liberty, Valdez, never again.
Back in the day.
Years ago.
This is why this is the forbidden base, by the way.
The forbidden base.
You don't take that base. It's just there for show.
Yep. It's just a pretty thing to have.
It's so funny when INnoVation plays a style, he just looks so bored. He's like, well, now I gotta siege the 6th base, and I gotta set up some more turrets.
Here we go. Looks like he's found the blinding clouds, at least some of these tanks.
This might be a good engagement, actually. Some decent blinding clouds there and a fungal on everything, and the infested Terrans going forward, getting a lot of those tank shots even.
Oh, so many ultras are left over. There's a great transfusions on them. They might be able to tie them up and go for it.
Still a lot of tanks there to the south, getting some really great shots.
Yeah, all the infestors are going down. Oh, only a few left over.
He didn't have the creep out there. So those queens are so slow blocking for the ultras. But he's going to stay here. He's going to make sure that INnoVation cannot retake this area. He's going to force INnoVation back slightly.
Yeah, you know, he trades pretty well. And we are seeing, you know, the battle cruiser switch here. But he isn't maxed out. It's going to take some time for him to max out again. Maybe Life can carry this momentum. He is remaxing with 7 ultras.
That he is. If he can get on top of those ultras and get the transfuses down, there he goes. But the big repair from behind, the Lings are going to try to kill all the SCVs, and they're going to make quick work of them. The planetary will fall.
Yeah, so many transfuses keeping these ultras alive despite like 6 tanks shelling them the whole time.
It's Life keeping the dream alive.
He is for now.
This game.
But what's going to happen when battle cruisers are out, Valdez? That's what I want to know.
It doesn't look like Life's identified that yet. He's making a lot of Vipers.
Is he going to neural them all and they just kill each other?
Maybe he'll abduct them.
Abduct them into queens? That's going to take...
That's just suppose.
That's just not going to work, I don't think, because it's not enough damage. And look at that money. Hashtag money.
Gangnam style.
Hashtag, yeah, Gangnam.
Gangnam style.
Hashtag Gucci.
Sorry, Marines, you weren't meant to be in this game. This is a Mick and Terran.
All right. Well, there's going to be 8 battle cruisers out, Valdez.
Yeah. 12 ultras.
Yeah.
Where are the starports?
They're at the natural. 4 of them at the natural, 1 in the main.
So we'll take a little bit of time for them to fly over. Right now, it looks like only 4, maybe 5 in that mix.
Here we go again. And this time, INnoVation should be feeling pretty good about it. He's actually going to start getting rid of these Vipers very early on.
And the blinding clouds trying to come in the back. Only a couple of them go down. There are the cannons.
Oh. There's not enough anti-air here. The Queens are going to try and buy time, but they're not going to do anything.
I think Life's has realized at this point, like, oh, he made a big switch into BCs.
Yeah,
look at all these ultras just going down. The Queens are going to be all alone, too.
And they're almost 3-3 BCs. That +3 armor's on the way now. Queens are never going to do it.
Yeah, he's just making infestors and hydras.
Hydras, maybe. If you get the fungals, maybe. Infested Terrans, never. So many ultras, so much dead food at this point.
Well, they may be able to tank in the front, I suppose, for the first tank shots. Look at those fungals. He could line it up, I suppose. Maybe he's got some hydras and queens in the back.
Maybe, we'll see. So many tanks there. Such a little narrow point, and nearly every ultra went down.
And the ultras were just walking by, just eating shots.
Yeah, this is a ruthless position to be defending tanks in.
More fungals coming down. Fighting over some spore crawlers, it'll help out a bit.
Yeah, every ultra gone now there. Army's getting cleaned up. Look at that supply lead for INnoVation. One of the few Terran hopes going to keep it alive. And it looks like Life might be on his last legs.
Looks like it. Just no gas bank. Trying to make as many hydras as he possibly can to deal with this.
Maybe if he wipes out the ground army, Valdez, he finds a way back in, but I don't think he can actually muster an anti-air army big enough to deal with this many Vikings and battle cruisers.
All the while, keep in mind, INnoVation took another base down there to the south. He's still got his own forbidden base.
Yeah, here we go. The final fight for Life to stay in Star League.
Those infested Terrans, man. GG. INnoVation will move on to long mech games, but he doesn't. He will keep that Terran hope alive.
Crushing defeats there. Mech is scary on Terraform, I tell you that much.
Oh, yes, man.
That is insane.
Life not very happy with the series, understandably. Able to take game number 1, but then INnoVation hit his 2 good mech maps, and he just crushed it from there. That style, we've said it a lot, but we can say it again, it is incredibly scary.
Yeah. Well, very few answers for that kind of style, Valdez. It's hard to kind of picture, like, if it actually gets off the ground, if you allow it to get to 3-4 base, what can you actually do in that kind of position?
Well, the thing about this is that, you know, INnoVation, he hit a Zerg here in the round of 16, but there are not that many Zergs left.